What's up, y'all? Welcome back. So today I'm going to just be bringing y'all with me, let y'all watch me make this fast, simple, quick, easy dinner for my kids. First, I wash my hands, put my gloves on. I'm making some meatloaf, mashed potato with gravy, corn on the cob, and cornbread. I'm doing it the fast, easy, simple way today. So basically, with the meatloaf, you can use whatever you want to use: ground beef, ground turkey, ground pork, ground chicken, whatever you like to use. I'm using ground beef, so I season it with a little bit of seasoning salt, some pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, seasoning salt, and then this sauce right here, that's that W sauce. Y'all, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I didn't add a lot of seasoning because I'm going to be using this beefy onion soup pack. You can use whatever you want to use. They have the Lipton. I'm using the Food Line brand. It works just as well. I'm using that because they didn't have any more of the Lipton brand. So on my cutting board, after I add that, I have a chopped onion, an egg, and instead of breadcrumbs, I'm using crackers. I like to use Ritz crackers, y'all. It tastes so good. So you can use whatever you want to use, whatever crackers that you want to use. So after I mix up everything, I'm going to spray my bowl, change my glove, and then I'm going to put my meats inside of my bacon bowl, bacon dish. I'm going to put it in like a loaf. Some people like to flatten it out, but I'm going to put mine in a loaf. And then after I do that, I'm going to put it in the oven with some aluminum foil. Right here, I'm just patting it, getting it in position the way that I like it. I'm cleaning my bowl because I don't like a mess. Like on the side, once you cook it, it look like, I don't like stuff like that. So if that can ever be avoided, then I'm going to avoid it. Yeah, excuse the beeping in here. I need to change the battery in my smoke detector, but I'm going to do it. So when I put that in the oven, I went on and cleaned up my counter. You can't cook in a nasty kitchen. So I went on and cleaned up my counter. I did wipe it down with some bleach, and then I rinsed the bleach off before I started the next thing. So right here, I'm going to be making the cornbread. Y'all, simple. I said simple now. So I'm using Jiffy cornbread mix. I'm not doing it homemade tonight. I can, but I'm not. Crazy part is, y'all, I don't eat cornbread, but my kids love it. So, hey, if it's good to them, then it's good for me. So I'm just following the instructions on the box. I dump the mix in a bowl, add an egg. I'm going to add my liquid, and then I'm going to get to stirring. Now, when I did stir this up, I did realize that I needed a little more or whatever. So I did go and add more. Because as you can see, it does look like a little clumpy. Some people like it like that. But me, I don't. I just don't. Some people do, but I don't. And here is where I'm adding some more. Now, if I was making this homemade, y'all would see butter and everything. Like, y'all would see like everything that I would have been doing. But I did try it. It's not bad, but it's just not something that I like. But like I say, my kids love it when I cook it. So I'm going to spray my pan. I'm using a cake pan. I started to use the muffin pan, but I didn't. So simple, fast, easy, y'all. So I'm going to, after I already spray it, so then I'm going to put it in the oven. So after I put that in the oven, I went on and started my gravy. Y'all, with the gravy, everybody do it different now, but this is the way I do it. I saute my onion in some butter and steady oil. And then after I do that, I'm going to start adding flour. I'm going to add a little bit of flour by a little bit of flour. Y'all, it may seem like I'm whispering. My babies are sleeping. So then I did it again, add some more flour. I know I should have been using like a whisk or a fork or something to do this, but my spoon did the job. In one part, y'all will see me kind of stirring a little crazy, but it's because I had to get that flour to dissolve. So right here, basically, more flour. And keep in mind, y'all, the more flour, the thicker the gravy. So I add a little bit of cream before I start to add water. I'm going to give that a stir. And then next, I'm going to go ahead and start adding my water. As y'all can see, I do mine different from people. So I add water, and here's why I'm stirring it like crazy. All kind of how, because we got to get this to dissolve. We don't want no clumpy gravy. I add some more water. I'm doing the same thing, stirring it. And then I'm doing the same thing again. More water and stirring it. So my pot is on, my stove is on simmer. Well, I had it on low, and then I'm turning it to simmer. So I do season my gravy. So with my seasonings, I use a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and then y'all see me add something here. Those are bouillons. It gives it like a flavor, like a really, really good flavor. Like I said, everybody don't do this, but don't knock it until you try it. I guarantee y'all, it is delicious. I don't measure nothing. I just season until I feel like it's enough, and I never disappointed. So after I season it, I'm going to give it a good stir. And then for my color, I add a little bit of gravy browning. It's different browning that you can use, but I think I use the kitchen bouquet or something like that, or Mr. Gravy, something that I use. So I'm going to stir, stir, stir. And then I wanted it a little brown, so I did add a little more to it. So I'm going to just keep stirring and keep stirring. And as y'all can see, the gravy started to get thicker. So I don't like my gravy too thick, but I don't like it watered down either. So as it simmer or as you have it on low, it's going to get thicker and thicker. So I did add some more water after I took the cornbread out. See, it looks thick. So I'm going to add some more water. Then I'm going to show y'all, how it looks after. So boom, this is how it looks after. Right here, just the way I like it. Oh, that's my corn. But this is how I like my gravy right here. It's not that thick and it's not watered down. Like, that's just the way I like it. So next, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the sauce for my meatloaf. I'm using a little bit of sweet brown sugar barbecue sauce, a little bit of ketchup, and then I'm going to use some brown sugar. Now, let me tell y'all can avoid the barbecue sauce, but to me it just gives it like an extra kick. Like, it just add more flavor to it. It just tastes really good. So I'm going to give that a good mix, and then when I go to my meatloaf, I add little by little. I add some, put it on broil, add more, put it on broil, and I repeat it until there's no more left. I don't broil a long time because I don't want it to dry out, and I did pour all that juice off the meatloaf. And here is the finished result, y'all. It was so good. And I did a voiceover, y'all, but for more like